Hi everyone. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty ranty video. The reason I say it's going to be a pretty ranty video is because I am going to be a little angry and a little frustrated about what happened, and I am going to also, I'm not going to curse or anything like that, but I am going to be expressing myself through a very passionate, aggressive, angry manner. So if you don't like to see ranty goths, or if you don't like to see black goths rant or whatever, please click off, please exit, stage, whatever the exit side of your button is, probably right. So please exit stage right. Now, today my beau and I went to the cemetery and we were going to shoot photos, which we've done twice before. I've done twice before with him, I've done once before with my other friend, and then I've done it again by myself. I've been to that cemetery all 4 times, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who dresses like this that goes to that cemetery, so I would be hardly forgettable. Not bragging in any way, but just because of the way that I dress, it would obviously cause me to attract some attention or be a little bit more noticed. Anywho, so my beau and I are there taking pictures and just, you know, filling up the whole lot. I haven't touched anyone's gravestone. We didn't put oh no, that's not true, I did actually, but I mean, I didn't sit on anyone's gravestone. I wasn't standing on anyone's gravestone or kicking dirt or, you know, causing a disruption or a commotion. There was another woman who we went to take pictures in the center of the cemetery. It had good lighting. It was still kind of hot, but it had good lighting. And so we went to take pictures in the center of the cemetery, and there was a woman there who, you know, she was getting roses or something out of her car and she was putting them there. And I saw her, she was staring at us the entire time, and I saw her, but I didn't think much of it. So she was staring at us the entire time, and I saw her, but I didn't think much of it. It, you know, didn't really, I didn't really care. And maybe I probably should have cared, because I think she's probably the reason why we got kicked out. So we're taking pictures, we move over to where they have a little mausoleum, and I think it's like the only one on the property. There might be 1 or 2, but I think there's only 1. And so we've been there before, we took pictures before. The same woman who, okay, so anyways, we took pictures before, we'd been there before, and, you know, I'm just like, okay, so we started taking pictures. So then I hear honking noises, and I don't know where they're coming from, but I hear them, so I'm looking and seeing if somebody's honking at us, but I don't really know. About 5 minutes, maybe, no, about 10 minutes after the honk, because we got on a pretty substantial amount of pictures in that time, she comes over to us and tells us that this woman, she has short brown hair, I don't know her name, she has short brown hair, she has on this tight little leopard shirt and this tight, you know, little tan pencil skirt and some heels. She says, hey, and she says, we don't want you taking pictures over there, or something to that effect. You know, you can't be taking pictures here because you need our permission to post them if you're going to post pictures and stuff like that. She just goes on this tirade. So we say, oh, you know, okay, and we come down, and my beau's telling her we didn't take any pictures with anybody's name on the gravestone, the monument, or anything like that, you know. She was like, oh, well, that doesn't really matter. You can't take pictures here because we don't want that representing us. We don't want this representing us. We don't want that to be what we're associated with. And I'm just like, and she's pointing at me doing this, and I'm just like, in my brain, I'm like, rude much? You know, I've never... Anyways, so she points, you know, she's pointing at us, and she's like, oh, you know, we just don't, you know, this whole getup, we just don't want this whole getup to be associated with us. I said, it's not a getup, this is how I dress every day. And she replies to me, oh, well, we just don't want to be associated with that. You know, you look like Morticia, you know, you look dark. And I'm just like, you're trying to insult me, but at the same time that's a compliment and you don't understand that it is. But literally after the third, no, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th time she said, we don't want to be associated with, I just walked away. I just literally turned on my heel. I walked down the little pathway in between the gravestone like I always do. I never step on anything. I never ruin anything anywhere that I go. And I just totally turned and walked away from it. I couldn't say anything to her. But flirting with my boyfriend in front of me while trying to basically degrade me for how I dress. I don't think she gave me a compliment when she thought it was an insult, and obviously we all caught that I look like Morticia, but to just keep saying, calling me a that and saying we don't want that here and I'm at a cemetery. I'm dressed like a person in mourning. I'm at a cemetery. This is how I'm supposed to dress, technically. Has no one ever... I was so flabbergasted and so bewildered and thrown off and every other just mind-blown, mind-boggling word you can think of, that you would kick me out of the cemetery for being too goth, pretty much, when in essence that's where you guys get all of your architecture from, for all the stones and all the pillars and stuff like that, and all the mausoleum and everything. I mean, I was just so shocked that me dressed like this got me kicked out, and I wasn't wearing... It's not like the last time... And you know what mind blows me? The woman had saw me there every time I was there. The time I was there with my friend Ange, she saw me there and I was dressed death rock. I wasn't even dressed elegantly like this. I was dressed death rock, ripped fishnets, ripped tights, my big boots, my shorts, a skeleton shirt, ripped, arm fishnets, and a little choker. I mean, skulls, headband. And she said nothing, but I think literally it was because the only other person there outside was that woman at the beginning of the story, if you remember her. She wasn't important to the story at that time, but she is now. I think she went to go tell her something. I think she told her something, because at the end she drove around to her and was like, they were like, oh yeah, everything's, and she was like, everything's taken care of, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Because one woman complained that I was taking pictures. Because one woman complained that I was taking pictures, I got kicked out of a cemetery in which I didn't do anything wrong. And I just got basically harassed because of the way that I dress. And being called a thing and being told that we don't promote that, we don't promote this, whatever that is. And I'm just like, oh, I think they call it gothic or goth or whatever. Well, obviously you know what they call it. This is how I see people dressed at a funeral, in black, all black, to go to a cemetery. Not blue, not pink, not red, not yellow, not orange, black. To go to a cemetery. I think I was wearing appropriate attire, and I will put in a picture now. I think that was hardly inappropriate for the cemetery. Hardly. I think what I'm wearing now is hardly inappropriate. The makeup, my makeup is not terrible. I mean, I've got a little red, so what? I've got a little red in there. Black, little bit of, I have my lashes on. I didn't even do my full contour. I just did a little bit of it. I didn't even do the full contour. Where it looks, I didn't even look dead, for crying out loud. I mean, I could understand if I maybe looked like a corpse and you guys were like, oh yeah, we don't want that hip, but I didn't even look like a corpse. I've just never been literally discriminated against like that. If people, I could understand if I were at a country club, or if I were at a high profile restaurant where they had a dress code, or a high profile club where they had a dress code of so on and so forth and such, I could understand. But a cemetery? A cemetery. I don't understand. I don't understand. Can anyone else explain to me why I would be kicked out of a cemetery for doing absolutely nothing wrong besides discrimination? And not discrimination against race, but the way that I'm dressed. I've never been discriminated on for the way that I dress. Ever in my life. And for it to start now, I'm just a little, you know, peeved. I'm a little peeved. If anybody has ever experienced anything similar, and, you know, you just kind of... There was nothing that I could really say to her that would make her understand that you don't say that to people. You don't do that to people who've never done anything to you. And for her to just keep repeating, we don't want to promote that, that's not what we promote, that's the, and just keep pointing at me, making me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I've never had that in my entire life. Of wherever I've gone, wherever I've done, even at a grocery store, I've had people stare at me. I've had kids come up to me and pull at my dress and pull at my hair and you know, say, what's that, you know, oh, that's pretty, or something like that. But I've never had anyone kick me out of somewhere because of the way that I'm dressed, and especially not dressed like this. Death Rock, I'll give you a pass. But like this, more Victorian with corsets and all that good stuff, it absolutely floored me. Absolutely. So, yeah, I've taken up enough time. Sorry, this was a ranty video. I know, but I said disclaimer at the front. This was going to be a ranty video. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to react, really. I don't know. I don't even know how to end this video, because it's not like I've just came in and said hi, you know, and was just like all happy and cheery. So I'm just gonna say bye. If you didn't like this video, then too bad for you, and if you've experienced something like this, then let me know down in the comments below, honestly, because I do want to know if you've experienced something like this ever in your life. I would be, I don't know, I mean, I wasn't vandalizing anything. I just don't understand. I just don't understand.